10:58 and we've just arrived, well, we've just had breakfast, and here's the start of the Great Glen Way right here. So it's nice to be back in Fort William again. Looking like it's going to be a cold morning this morning. Soldiers Bridge, and we're 30 minutes in.
Look at the castle.
Can't see the castle.
There. Going down the castle.
Fort William in view, so we're the other side now. And that's the way we're heading. Well, I've been walking about an hour and a half and we've reached Neptune's staircase. So we've got to carry on walking all the way up there, as far as I know. We've been going just over 2 hours, about 2 hours 10 minutes, and from Neptune staircase we've done about 1.25 miles, and it's literally like this all the way, so peaceful. I've only seen about 2 people in the last hour, and there's the boys up there. We've been walking about 3 hours 15 minutes now, and it's been along towpaths all the way. Been so quiet. I think all we've had is about 6 mountain bikes and a few kids come past on their bikes. That's been about it. No walkers at all, and that's the way we're heading. Just reached the point of Moy Bridge. It's still peace and quiet. A few mountain bikes and that's been about it. Another nice spot. We're coming up to a place called Gairlochie, as far as I'm aware, if that's how you pronounce it. It's day 2 and it's 8:50 and we're just outside the B&B, which is there, just about to see it in the background. And we got here about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon after a good day's walk, and that's the way we're heading this morning. And we've got about 15 miles to cover, but we've got to find a B&B, which apparently is 2.1 miles off of the track, so that should be fun. And that's the way we're going. We've just reached the point where we left the walk last night, because we had to walk a mile to the B&B, and this is the point where we left it last night. We got here about 3:45 last night. And that's the road we followed back up to the B&B. Just come through the woodland, which is our first bit of trees. It's all been canals up to now. And now we're crossing the road and going back down towards the water's edge down there. Haven't seen anybody this morning since we left the B&B. Just shows you how peaceful this is, apart from me speaking. We've been going about an hour and we've just entered this woodland. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we are heading that way. We've come from that direction and we've just got to the start of Loch Lochy, which is what we're looking at now. We've done about 2.5 miles now from Glen Way, which is the point we had to walk nearly a mile to catch up to where we was yesterday, where we left for the B&B. Time is now 12:39. We just had about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, little break for the first time since this morning. We started about 8:45. Just want to show you the, if we can catch them. Not sure it's going to show you, but the snow on the mountains in the background, if it will let me. Sun's now coming out as well, so it's really warm. And that's the way we're heading. Quite funny up ahead. It looks like we've had a row, but we haven't. It's just that I keep stopping for photographs and doing a little bit of videoing. Will seems to plod along, and then Tony takes all the scenery in, so he stops as well. You can't help it, it's just absolutely beautiful. That's where we've come from, just to show you the views. We just had a little 10-minute break sitting there on a log. And that's where we're going. To show you there's still snow around. It's about 2 and we've been walking in woodland for about an hour or so, which has been okay, and then we come across this place. .360 of where we are. It's now 4:15 and we started out, I think it was about 20 to 9, something like that. So I've been going about 7 hours, and this is Lagan Locks over there. And according to our map, that's exactly 16 miles from the bed and breakfast. And now we're going that way, and we've looked at the map. We had a choice here. They were going to go over to Lagan Locks and you phone the number and they come and pick you up, or we walk a further 2.1 miles apparently to their house if we find it, that is. So we'll see what happens. Well, we was at Lagan Locks at 4 o'clock and it's now 10 to 6, so it's a little bit further than we actually thought. But we've got to find a sign. I can't see it, somewhere there, Invergary. So we've reached here. Well, now we've got to find the B&B, so I somehow think it's a little bit more than 2.1 miles. But it's all fun, totally worn out now. Where are they? I caught them, just about got them. Time is 8:54 and we're just leaving the B&B, and what a pleasant stay it was. And it was only about 10 minutes to the local hotel for food, and that's where we're looking, that's where we've been staying. But it's really nice place, and both the families are from Watford, which is quite funny. We've only been going about half an hour, and so far it's all woodland, literally, because at the moment apparently we're on the Great Glen cycle path, which is a mountain bike path by the looks of it. And we carry on here for a few miles, and then we've got to get over there, the other side of the river. Apparently it crosses over at Bridge of Oik, apparently, if all things go well. We are now crossing over the Bridge of Oik, so we've been on the Great Glen cycle path. This is the A82, so we follow it over to the Bridge of Oik, and then somewhere on the other side we rejoin the Great Glen Way footpath, hopefully. That's where we've just come from, straight across that bridge there, and there is the Bridge of Oik in the background. And now we carry on the towpath, and then some point up there, I think just past that house, we should, according to the map, be going back over the water on the other side. Follow the way marker. It's now 11:35 and we've come from that direction. We left about 20 to 9, I think it was, something like that. And some of it's been woodland, as you'll see from the video, and the last 3-4 miles has been towpaths, but pretty scenic. We've now arrived at Fort Augustus. Just got here, so this morning they didn't do any rolls for us, so we're going to go and find a shop somewhere and see what we can find, a bit of lunch. Just reached the start of Loch Ness. Back there we made the choice of the higher route or the lower route, and the higher one is 6.3 and the lower one 6.1. Hello.
Hello.
So not much in it, but apparently this one you get a view of the whole of Loch Ness. So we shall see. Whew, slightly out of breath, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it when we get to the top, because apparently you can see right over the top of Loch Ness. But it's winding paths. It goes all the way down, and we're heading that way somewhere. No, still we've only seen about 6 people this whole trip, so 3 days and we've seen 6 people actually doing this walk. It's mad, really. Hardly anyone about, but mustn't grumble. Just climbed to the top, 330 metres, and that's overlooking Loch Ness.
Get up with there and then time the brakes to give up. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where we come from. Apart from the wind, it's amazing up here. Loch Ness, well, 3/4 of it. I'm sure the rest of it is around the corner, which is where we're heading that way. I just turned that corner and they went into stitches. Couldn't stop laughing because I seriously didn't think it was climbing anymore. But there you go. It's all fun. You can nearly see the whole of Loch Ness up here, but the wind is probably terrible. There's the boys. Unbelievable the view up here. I'm hoping this time there's less wind, but it's still gusting. Well, we're now left, what we left? I can't remember now. Loch Ness. Haven't we, dear? Now in the woodland.
Fort Augustus.
Well, that was earlier, yeah. And now entering woodland after the whole length, well, not whole length, but Loch Ness. And it's been quite a bit of a climb. So hopefully we should be going down now all the way with a bit of luck. I'm starting to feel it now, I've got to say. Time is 15:38. A little bit of ground cam because I don't think I've done any of this yet. Through those trees is Loch Ness, but you can't see much of it now because we've entered the woodland. Very interesting, this bit. There's just fallen trees everywhere you look, and it's such an angle, makes you wonder if any of them are going to come down everywhere you go off of the path. Out of breath, but we've arrived at 4:25. It's been quite a hard day. I woke up this morning with stinking colds. I've been living on Lemsits, but it's all fun. I'm finally here. Let's go and check the rooms. Day 4, and it's 8:46, and behind me is the B&B we stayed last night. Absolutely superb. Best night's sleep, best shower, best bedroom, 2 sisters running it. Absolutely fantastic. It really was good. And literally that is where we went last night, to the hotel for food. It's a tiny little place, and that's where we'll be walking now. I think I've been talked into doing the high route again this morning, because the 2 ladies in the bed and breakfast said you've got to do the high route because it's so more scenic. So we'll see what happens. There's a view of the whole of Inverness, where we stayed last night. Very, very quiet place. And somewhere behind them trees down there is our B&B. Such a small, quiet little place. I think there's only 1 hotel, 1 pub. The stone seat. Another view of Loch Ness. 10 o'clock in the morning, eh, Will? It's 10 to 11, we'll be going about 2 hours. There they are in the background, just about see them. And about an hour of this is literally been woodland. We're still above Loch Ness, and there's a road down there somewhere because you can hear the traffic. Loch Ness is down there somewhere behind them trees. We've only seen about 8 people today, on top of the 6 we see 2-3 days ago. So that is it. That's the only people we've met on this walk. It's been crazy, really, but Tony's quite happy. The less the better, he says. Time now is 13:13. We just stopped for about 20 minutes for lunch, and what a superb lunch it was, actually, made by the B&B. And now we're heading through more woodland, but the sun's come out now, so the coats are taken off, so it looks like it's going to start getting warmer again. And we've lost the view of Loch Ness now. It's just mainly woodland, but all is well. And I did say the sun was out. Absolutely beautiful now. Just shows you how big Loch Ness is. We're on day 4 at 18 minutes past 1, and we've just come out of the woods and we're still looking at Loch Ness. It's 2:05 and we're in the middle of nowhere. Time is now 3 o'clock and I think we're looking at Lewiston, which is where we'll be staying tonight. So it looks like we've got about half hour left today. This path curves around and then to the right and then should take us back down there somewhere. Day 5 and it's 10 to 9. Just finished breakfast and packed the bags, and that's where we stayed last night, which was lovely B&B, really nice. It's an absolute gorgeous place, really tiny, the whole village. So we're heading off. So day 5, it's 20 miles to Inverness. And that's the road we're heading. It's 9:47 and we've done about a mile on a busy road. So we're just about to start climbing up there where the two boys are, up the hills. So we may see Loch Ness from up there, but we're not sure yet. So that's the way we're heading. Nice straight path now for a little while, which gets us off the road. Well, that was well worth the short climb from the road for this amazing view. Time is 10:51, and that sure was a climb back there. We had about an hour in the woodland, but it was up all the way. Reminding me of going up Ben Nevis. Them pair kept laughing because they see me stop about every 25 seconds. But we come out of woodland now. Well, if they come out of it, we're in the middle of it. And the sun is getting warmer. I cannot moan so far. The only day we had cold was the first day, and every day after it's been roasting. It's the first day I've had sunglasses on, I've got to say, because it is bright. You could be in Canada, or you could be in America, somewhere like Lake Tahoe. It's 11:19. We've come from that path there, but just show you this. We've had quite a few bits like this. I'll go all the way around. Quite a few places like this where it's literally in the middle of nowhere, like all moorland. Well, it might be 11:43 on day 5, and it's took us this long to get here, but we've just come across a way marker that we're now at the highest point on the whole of the Great Glen Way. Just left the highest point on the whole of the Glen Way, Great Glen Way, sorry I should say, in the woodland, and then we come across this and you still see the snow on the top of the mountains. walk through the Christmas trees, they will.
The wild west of Borneo.
Another one of them days where we've had a row. No, we haven't really. It's just what happens on when we're walking. And Willie boy is somewhere behind me. Somewhere there. The scenery is amazing. Probably said that a few times on this trip. Now 14:05 and we just found this little bench, so I've had to sit on it for a little 5-10 minutes like last the summer wine here. We've been so lucky with this weather today. It's still gleaming now. It's just only a slight breeze, so it's not too hot. It's perfect for walking. Talking of which, I suppose I better catch them pair up. Time now is 3:15 and we've had woodland like this, very similar to Mugdock Park in Margaive, the start of the West Island Way, but we've had this for about an hour. With a few muddy puddles, but I've got to say not too bad, because this is the wettest we've had it. The boots almost look like they've just come out the box. I can't moan. And there's Willie boy behind me. I'm not quite sure how long we've got yet. I haven't looked at a map for about 2 hours, so I'm sure if we get there before 6 o'clock tonight, then we've done really well. We left about 8:30, 25 to 9 this morning, I think it was anyway. We have a diversion, we're actually turning. That looks a perfect spot. Oh. Perfect spot for a break. Break that's welcome. Here comes Willie boy. You alright, mate?
Yeah.
Like to say a few words?
It's alright, it's car park. Nice.
Well, after walking all day and hardly seen a soul, apart from a couple of mountain bikers and a dog walker, we then come across this. It's looking scary. Busy. That's where we're heading. Time is 16:06 and we're back on terra firma, ground level. Seen any golf balls yet, Will? 10 to 5, boys. We have about 20 seconds left. There's our pub wheel. And we're nearly here. That is it. Well done, boys. Put it there. Well done, mate. 90 miles. 90. Like to say a few words. We're knackered, that's all I need to say.
My feet hurt.
Mine are killing me.